Hey, Good Fox here. Today I'm going to do my rankings of the ultimate tickets in MUT 17. I'm going to go from 19 to 1. Not rated is Sammy Watkins. The reason he wasn't rated is because I didn't use him for Gut Fox reasons. So let's just go right into it. Number 19 is an ultimate ticket in heart, but not in reality, unless some developer made it. I don't know the story behind Artie Burns. Well, you guys might. It's the head-to-head version. I don't know who made him, but he's there if you win a head-to-head All Madden Super Bowl. Used him, solid card, very well statted. But and I will say about this whole ultimate ticket list, it's kind of a ridiculous exercise because they're so good. These cards are the most unbalanced cards of the year, and it's gonna. Every single one is like the top one at its position. So this is completely subjective. Like look at Artie Burns' stats. You're telling me this is like the worst ultimate ticket that I've rated? That goes up to 96 speed at a cornerback. I don't like his block shot and hit power, but you're going to see. I mean, you guys know the ultimate tickets are very good. Worse than last year's, but 99 is the max that we can get this year. So Artie Burns is there. So don't hate on me too much of the list. If you guys do hate, put it in the comments. That's fine. We'll see. We'll get a discussion going. All right. The next one, the 18th rated one, is why democracy just doesn't work. Derek Carr, I felt he's got an 89 speed for quarterback, which of course is very good, but I don't think he provides anything that stands out above other high-end quarterbacks like the boss quarterbacks that we got. This one just, it is what it is. The people chose Gunslinger, CM, and DT. I like the DT, the Gunslinger. A lot of people like Gunslinger. I like Conductor better than that. I mean, these are still crazy good stats. It doesn't show on the field. He misses some throws under pressure that I noticed. Did not perform like a lot of other Derek Carr cards this year. Was pretty bad under pressure. All right, next up, this is might surprise people, but after this, all of these cards, it's minute differences in these things and how amazing they are. You guys are gonna yell at me for this one. Number 17, Demaryius Thomas. So the reason I ranked him. Now you look at his stats like, oh, he's not bad. Like, still, stats insane card, going for a lot of coins. But he dropped some balls. He's 3 million coins. He dropped some balls he really shouldn't have. You can get him up to 97 speed. Phenomenal. He's got Energizer chemistry, which is a waste of a chemistry. That one was done inappropriately. So, well, inappropriate. That's a weird word to use. Anyways, I put him at 17 because he did, make some plays at it. That were pretty bad, I guess, as I'm using the English language really well right here. Number 16. Now, this one's a little bit of a cheaper ultimate ticket. Damon Swan, 2 million coins. Or Damien, sorry. Little known guy, but kind of like out of nowhere. We get one of these every year, made by Burton. So, secure tackler on him. He's got CL and FG. We can take a look at his stats quick as I'll bring him up. Secure tackler is okay. I guess I'd prefer tip drill on my secondary. It's not terrible because it's tackling 62, so it was made with a good thought because he won't be able to tackle. So just give him secure tackle to take care of that. So I don't hate on the card. Secure tackling is actually pretty decent for those. But I tip drill does seem to make a difference to me. But so does tackling ball carriers. Next up on the list, this one you're gonna be like, okay, come on, man. But seriously, these cards are all insane. So yell at me, go ahead. Jadeveon Clowney. The reason Jadeveon Clowney is a bad ultimate ticket is because you can't have other Jadeveon Clowneys on your team. If I were picking between Clowney here, who's going for 3 million, and any other ultimate ticket for that price, I'd take the other ultimate ticket and then have one of the other Jadeveon Clowneys also on my squad. So that's why you don't pay 3 million because everybody's got, some people, most people, 99.999 have limited funds. So the fact you're paying 3 million coins for a card that's mirrored by like 2 other Jadeveon Clowney cards, who's gonna drop Jadeveon Clowney into coverage? Like this Jadeveon Clowney, well, I'll bring up the stats while I'm ranting about it. Has better zone coverage and stuff, but I don't know. It makes for a more flexible card, but it just isn't needed. You want Jadeveon Clowney getting after that pass rush with the 98 power moves. All right, not hot hand, so it's kind of a mix. Like Jadeveon Clowney would be a good user. But I think you get one of the other users for your squad and keep Jadeveon Clowney elsewhere. All right, so the number 14 ultimate ticket, Todd Gurley. Now, again, Gurley is a great card. Love it, love it, love it. One of the best running backs in the game. Probably number 2 or 3 in my opinion, best running back in the game. It's right up there with the Ultimate Ticket Henry, which we'll get to, and the Adrian Peterson. I have not used the Adrian Peterson or the 99 DJ, so my bias is a little bit there. But this is top tier running back, end game. Of course, you guys know that as the game's almost ended. The only reason he's down this low is because he's not that much of an improvement over those guys I listed before. Otherwise, very solid stats. Love the card a lot. All right, moving on. The 13th, lucky number 13, made my good pal Adam from the stream, Mike Evans, strong safety. Now, this is also the cheapest golden ticket, which helps out its rating a little bit. He goes for $1.88 million, and what makes him great is height. Height, EA kind of 1.88 on Xbox, different on the PS4, of course. So we'll get tip drill inside blitzer. I think this is a bad chem. Me and Adam had some disagreements on how to make the golden ticket, but inside blitzer does give us the only reason I don't like the chemistry is that it's hard to get inside blitzer. But you can get up to 95 speed with it. 96 acceleration. Those are very good, especially at a height of 6'5". Phenomenal. So there's a lot of things to like about this card, especially with the tip drill. And so it's more. I prefer this more as a CPU defender, and that's kind of how he made it instead of like a pure user. I'm not getting his speed up. All right, next up on the list, number 12 goes to Mr. Urlacher. So one of the better users in the game. I just think he's beaten out by other cards here for usering. Now, he's got 94 speed at 6'4" with hot hands, so that's always lovely. And 6'4" is great, but it's not 6'6". And we'll get to that 6-foot sitter in a bit. I have nothing really bad to say about Urlacher. You're going to love him as a user, but I do think there are better cards given to us. Jimmy Graham is number 11. 1-1, you can call it. He's number 1 at tight end, although he just was matched by Shockey this weekend. I mean, high point passes. What's great about this card that I haven't noticed on his other ones is the other ones seem to always go for the spec catch. They always seem to jump up in the air and then get just smacked by safeties and drop the ball. This one, it feels like he doesn't jump as much. He gets more possession rack catches or possession catches while he's on the ground standing for the high point. So having that 6'7" there is going to be a great high pointer for you. Battle ready is about as good as you can get on a tight end here. I guess somebody said maybe secure protector if you have your tight end blocking for a blitz. I still prefer battle ready because especially he's got 93 stiff arm. For a bench route, trying to pick up extra yards, spam that stiff arm is very important, especially when he's got arms the length of the distance between the sun and the earth. All right, number 10. We're getting to a couple offensive weapons in a row here. Terrell Pryor. Now, a stud catching the ball and with it after receiving it. He's got the mobile blocker chemistry. I'll bring it back onto screen here. Mobile blocker and route running. I do not like route runner on this card. It does boost him up to 96. And depending, as you guys know from my videos, route running can be great over 96 or worse over 96. It depends on what kind of routes you're running. It's kind of confusing. Thanks, EA. 97 speed burner, top end burner. Cannot hate on a 6'4" frame either. You're asking me. You're only saying positive things. I'm really only going to say positive things about the rest of these guys. It's just it was just so hard to rate them. But yeah, overall, this is a very glitchy receiver. 97 elusiveness on him too. All right. Next up, number 9. This guy could not stop making plays for me, and of course, you know how broken a lot of the zones are this year, and he doesn't do well against like in a cover 4. If they run a post route against a cover 4. In front of your, or like a Z route in front of your safety, Haha still isn't able to make that play, even though he should in a cover 4. I hope cover 4 is fixed next year. Go back to Madden 16 cover 4. Anyways, Haha is next on the list. Again, nothing bad to say about him at all. I just think that the other ones above him are better playmakers. Number 8 on my list is Brandon Marshall. Now this one I had a hard time ranking. This one I might have put him too high, but he did make a lot of plays and he can block like, I don't know, Stonewall Jackson blocks the Union advance. We'll take a look at his stats here. Mobile blocker, you should have mobile blocker, of course. Came out and pick specialist for some extra catching and speed. Yeah, beautiful, everything across the board. A little bit of trucking, not as much of elusiveness as Pryor, so he's not as great after the ball. Pryor's also got decent blocking, but this card I think made more plays for me. Also another 6'4", tall beast receiver. So 2 great receivers there within a couple rankings of each other. Next up, number 7. You're going to be surprised because you might think this is the best user, but I did not think he was the best user in the game. But overall, otherwise, Anthony Barr is going to be glitchy for you, and you are not going to hate him as your user on your squad. Next up, I'm not going to go too much in depth in Anthony Barr because we're really nitpicking at this point. Mariota, now he had speed and he threw dots. I really like this Mariota card. Now, this one might be another one that I would sink lower just because of position, their availability, and the amount of good quarterbacks in this game. Like Derek Carr, I put all the way down here because of his similarity to other quarterbacks. Like Mariota's not the fastest. There's got Vic there, but he's got that great blend of speed. You know, it feels much quicker than Carr on the field. So I guess we could take a look. He also has Gunslinger, which is unfortunate to me, but he has DT, which is the best quarterback chem for because to get that throw power. And he's got CM, which is, it is what it, I mean, he goes from 96, 97 to 98, 99. Perfect. So CM's not a terrible one. But yeah, nothing else to say about this card. I guess you can maybe ask for his carrying to be 90, but 80's solid. I would still slide with him. Next up, my favorite user in the game right now. Am I off one? Oh no, I think I'm off one. Does everybody have to shift up one? I'm looking at my list. I made a huge mistake. There's 19 total. Oh, it's all right. No, I'm not off one. I'm right on schedule. Rob Gronkowski. Now you might ask yourself, why do you like the slowest of those linebackers that they put out? Now, I answer with this little number right here, and this little number right here. A little bit of this number and that number. But catching makes a difference. Height makes a difference. Now his jumping is in the highs, but you shut down high point passing with this card. And because high point passing is such a huge thing in the meta, like the middle of the field is crazy. There was a bench round I picked off 15 yards away from it. Like this dude just lurks near the middle, near the line of scrimmage. And so you won't be able to get sideline to sideline as quick. Still, I do like him better than Barr and Clowney and Urlacher there. Yeah, I need a little reminder. All right, number 3, Night Train Lane. Now these ones, a little tough to rate. Oh, number 4, Night Train Lane. So Night Train Lane, we'll go to his stats here. Beautiful card art. 6'1" is solid. You know, I'd prefer like Mel Blount at 6'3", but secure tackler I think was a waste of a chemistry, so that's unfortunate because he's already got tackling over 90, hit power 99, but still the card besides for that, 98 speed, acceleration, good agility too, jump, play rec, makes plays for you. The catching at 88 will have him catching balls over receivers. No bad words can be said about that Night Train Lane. All right, number 3, Randy Moss. Now, there's not much that needs to be said about this Randy Moss. 99 speed with mobile blocker chemmed up. This is I guess there was one thing I could say about this. Return man chemistry. I don't know what you're doing with him on your returns, but you can use him for return man. There are other guys that are almost as good. 99 speed though, elusiveness 95. Really, these are maxed out stats. The only problem is his run block, but the difference he makes with that 99 speed and height, 6'4". Swerver's dream, of course, spec catch is broken this year with the overpowered SWAT mechanic. You can come up to 96 route, or you can take a route runner off to keep him at 95. Depends on what kind of routes you want to do, but still, 99 jump. Perfect for just about everything you want to do except for run blocking. All right. And number 2 is Deion Sanders. What more needs to be said about it? This guy shuts down an entire side of the field. You can play any coverage, man, zone. Like this is one people say man's broken. Not with Deion. Okay, well it's still a little broken. But if you man him up, you're gonna have as good a chance as any other of being played. Like this zone coverage, he's gonna read and react. Agility, he's gonna pick things off, no doubt about it. So secure tackle on this one makes more sense because it's tackling at 80 isn't 90 plus, so it's like a B level tackling. So get that up. Is great. And number 1 ultimate ticket, Taiwan. Taiwan is number 1. All right, so you think I set this whole list up for that, but I realized, I can make a joke miscounting. So I always take the cheap jokes. Anyways, let me know what you think of my list. I use all these cards, of course, except for Sammy Watkins. I maybe should have said that at the start. Thanks to Sahara Joe, NYM, and NJ Horn for letting me borrow a lot of them so I could get gameplay in. They're all on my Twitch channel, the gameplay. I also have gameplay on my YouTube channel for a ton of them also. So, I got games on them. Anyways, if you want to see more content, there's Twitch. I will be streaming with more cards, twitch.tv/GutFox. So frequently I have a lot of them. So let me know what you guys think down below. But that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.